Hello, this is Shakil Ahmed. In this tutorial, we will discuss about uploading a file and cleaning a file and downloading the cleaned file. Basically, you can just provide a platform to the users to upload their file and clean the data, and then if they want to do certain analysis, they can do, and if they want to save the data and then later they want to download the data displayed on the Shiny app. They can do all the things using the Shiny app, using different options. So we'll start with uploading a file. For uploading a file, we already discussed in previous input and output videos. Different type of inputs we discussed about uploading a file, and you can just use the file input, and the option is upload. And this is basically we are not specifying any type of format. If you want to select the format of the file, you can choose this format of the file, and then you will get a button. By clicking on that button, you will have option, and multiple is equal to true means it means you can upload many files at the same time. And you want to see the option in the file, and then you can see the data in a table format, that is the table output. And in the server, the output file is basically the render table of the input or upload. Whenever you will upload here, it will be displayed in terms of a table. Although you can use the verbatim text output, it will just give the information about the file you have uploaded. So you can give that option as well. Otherwise, you can just show the summary of the reserve table using the summary option here, summary of the upload. So let's see how this works. You can just copy this, and we have previous video, and I'm just replacing it with the previous one, and you can just see here you have an option of uploading a file. For example, I want to upload a file that I have a data on her CSV, and I'm uploading the file. So now I have uploaded the file, and whatever you want to do, you can do. And if you want to upload another file, you can upload. For example, uh, here we have no restriction for different types format of files, so you can upload any type of format. So I will try with the NHS data that is in stata format, whether it will work or not. You can just try. So it's the size of the file is large, so it is not uploading. Although you can upload multiple files at the same time. So that is just simple uploading the file. But if you want to restrict your file type to different, for example, the CSV and the TSV, I will just write here accept only these two types of files. And the numeric output and numeric input, that is, and basically I am just giving an option how many rows you want to see, and then the output will display the head of the data. Basically, that will display the first n observations in your data set. So you can do that. And here we are using additional options in data reactive, and that require the file to upload. Whenever you upload the file, it start working, and the extension of the file is, and this is under the tools package and file extension, and that is the CSV with comma. Extension is CSV, and the delimiter is comma, and here delimiter is delta slash t. It means it is such type of file is called TSV, text separated version, I think. I'm not sure about this, but you can check. So you can just find the summary of the data, whatever data you have uploaded, you can find the summary of the data set. So let's just copy these codes. If you have understand, then I will just upload here, copy here. So you are using the file input and then numeric input that will tell the number of rows you want to keep, and this is the table output. This will display a table that consists of the head, and then uh, this is switching the extension CSV and the TSV, and then validate whether the file format is valid or not, and then uh, give the head of the data using the just data option. If you want to give the summary, you can just summarize the data, but it will again give the first. I have just changed it to, if you want to display just the data, you can just skip it. I just copy. If you want to just display the data, you can just, but the input, and and you will get just the data. Let's see, it should just display the first n observations of the data. I'm not sure whether it works or not. There is some, so you can just keep this. It will display a summary of the data for number of inputs, basically number of variables you are chosen. I have just changed it to number of columns rather than number of rows. And if you want to keep the number of rows, you can just change it here, input, and you can put here. And basically, we are giving the summary of that number of variables. If you want to put it one, it will give the summary of only one variable. If you can put two, it will give the summary of two variables, and so on. So the row is 5. It's not giving any output related to head. Basically, we have set the information as head, so it will give the first an observation of the data. But we are just putting the summary here, so it's not working. If I remove this and just write, there is some error entering the table. So we can just the output head, and then render table. And within the render table, you can just keep the data. Let's see whether it works or not. It's still not displaying the data. If you want to display the data, you can just but the function is not working. So we have another example we will discuss later, but that example is much uh, more detailed. So I want to just show that now we are just uploading a data, and we are giving the text output of delimiting the data. If there are no comma between the data points, it will just delimit the data, and giving a numeric input. You can you can create a UI for upload, and you can create another UI for cleaning, and you can uh, add another UI for download. Basically, we are doing three things based on different inputs as required by the users. First, user need to select the data and use. We are giving them inputs for uploading the data, and then we give them different options to clean and refine the data, and then later we can provide the users the option to download the clean data. So we are giving three types of user interface: the UI, starting from UI upload, that uh, starts with a sidebar layout. And the sidebar we have, whenever we are using sidebar layout, we have two options: one, the sidebar layout, and the other is the main panel, the sidebar panel and the main panel. So within the sidebar panel, we are giving option of three inputs: one, the file input, and the text input, and then a numeric input. Uh, and then another numeric input that consists of rows, how many rows the user wants to see, and a skip option if you want to uh, skip any number of rows. Then any rows they want to skip, they can just write. For example, in this by default we are skipping no row. And then delimit means we are using the delimiters. Leave blank to guess. You can just leave blank if you want to. Uh, just you want to or the Shiny app, whether the app decide whether to include the delimiter or not, and the file option as you already know. And then uh, H3 option, basically you are just extracting the here you have the raw data, and that consists of a table output and uh, preview. So this is just a UI uh, for uploading the data. So I am just copying this and pasting here. This is my first UI. Now I will go for second UI, that is related to cleaning the data. that again consists of a sidebar layout with consisting of a sidebar panel and a main panel. So it will give the option of checkbox. This consists of checkbox in type of input. You will just tick whether if you want to snake some column. Basically, you are renaming different columns. It will automatically rename your columns in acceptable format. In many situations, we have just a rough type of names with different types of letters and with spaces. Then the snake option will just use the lower letter cases with a smooth number of names of all your columns in your dataset. And if there is any constant column, for example, there is any redundant column in your data, that will be removed using the these are options you will see in the uh, later we will discuss in the checkbox input option. And later you need another function, and that is connected with these type of inputs. And the third one is empty. If there are empty cells, empty columns, that will be removed. And then the main panel consists of cleaner data, that is clean data, and it will be displayed as a table that is called preview 2. And if you want to see a certain number of rows, then you can again set like this. You can just add a numeric like this, and that will just select the certain number of rows. So I'm just copying the second UI for cleaning data, and then the third UI, that is just for downloading the data. And column width 12, it means this will just be displayed on your bottom of the main panel, and it will consist of all, it will use all 12 columns. And then you have a download button, and then download, this is just a kind type of output. And you, whenever the user clicks on the download button, uh, he or she will get the clean data downloaded in his or her PC. So I am using this UI. This is the third UI. And then we need to we need to add the uh, server input, server function that consists of that will basically reactivity function that starts with the input and give you the outputs. And we will just have we can just use a UI, a float page above this, and then within this UI float page we can add all this. So you can just change it if you want to change. Uh, in the outer, you should have a float page and UI upload, and then UI clean, and then UI download. So we have just closed the float page. I just using these two brackets. And then the server function, it will consist of different functions. First, the upload option that consists of uploading option that reactive, and then required input files, and then you need to set the delimiter, as that is this, we are just keeping it as space. If your data consists of commas, then you need to set it to commas, and then otherwise you need to just select the vroom package and vroom function, and then if you want to skip something, you can just you can skip using the input skip option, and you have delimit option. So these two are already you have defined in your input. And the third, this one is you have already defined in your input rows. This is the number of rows you want to display using the render table option. This is head, your data, and then input is number of rows. So you can just copy it, and then but we are still giving, we are just added the upload option, upload function, and then we need the clean options. So this consists of the snake input, as we have already opted in the clean option, and the janitor package you need to install, and within janitor function, janitor package, you have make clean names. It means you are changing the names, uh, renaming different columns. If you want to rename different rows, if rows have certain names, you can change that as well. And input empty, it means you are removing the empty. This is also available in the janitor package, and the remove constant is also available in the janitor package. So you can do all these things in the janitor package. So I'm just copying this and uh, pasting here within after your download upload option, and then you are adding the clean functions, clean outputs. You are cleaning your data, and then later you will download your data. So how you can download? You can download output download, and this is the download handler, and the file name, and then a function that is the type of file you are just downloading. You will get a tsv file downloaded in your computer. So I'm just copying this and I'm going to paste here. Uh, you can check if there is any additional. This is closed here, and this is closed here. This is the extra one. It should be closed after your server function. So it's already connected your with your server function. So it's closed now. So you can run the your Shiny app. There is unexpected symbol in your UI clean. I think we need to check. Everything okay, I think. We have used different types of commas properly, and if these commas are not correct, it will not work. So I think we have already, and this is already closed, and the UI float. I think we need to just put a comma here. If you can see the three files, you need to put a comma between the three types of UIs. So you need to put a comma here, and then we are starting the UI clean, and then put a comma here, and then we are starting the UI download. So within UI float, you have three types of UIs. Now this is your Shiny app, and you have three options. First option, that is upload option, and the second option is cleaning options. You can add more options here if you want to clean more data. For example, if you want to add certain rows, if you want to remove certain rows or columns, you can do this in your cleaning, uh, with using your cleaning inputs, and these are the uh, cleaning data outputs. This block is basically uploading your data, and this block is for cleaning your data, and the last block is for downloading your data. So I'm going to upload the data, that is heart.csv. So now I have successfully downloaded my data, and if I want to skip certain rows, I will just here, for example, I want to skip 4 rows. So I have skipped first 4 rows, and you want to see more rows. For example, if you want to see only 5 rows, you can just see only 5 rows. Now it comes to the cleaning your data. You have different options for cleaning. You can rename your columns. For example, these are different types of names uh, for your data set, and you want to change the names. You can just go to the rename option. Now you see it was X for proper naming option. It was just 48. Now it's X48. And this is F, and this is ASY, and this is basically this is just a row in my CSV file. Although these are not names, but it is considered in the name, and this is just renaming the first row of your data set. And if you want to remove constant columns, if there are any constant column, I think this column seems to be constant. If it is constant, but it is not like that. I think it's a categorical variable with zeros and ones, so it will not be removed. So if there is any constant column in your data, then that would be removed with when you are click here. And then remove empty columns if there are any empty columns with no data. Similarly, you can add another uh, function within your janitor package as remove empty rows. That is mostly we need it. And you can remove the rows with NAS. So you can even uh, rename or just replace your NAS with different types of values using the janitor package uh, here. So if you want to see different janitor package, you can just go here, and then, for example, if you want to add, you can just select this and you can add. And if you want to see how type of janitors package, you can use janitor, and then you see all these functions you can do with your data. For example, row to names, and it means you are giving names to different rows, or round to fraction, round half up, remove empty rows, remove empty columns, remove empty everywhere in the data. So you have a lot of functions for cleaning your data within the janitor package. So I hope you will try with your own data using the janitor package. That's all from from my side. Uh, this about the uploading and cleaning and then downloading the data in Shiny. Thank you.